The Daily Mail incorrectly reports Marjorie Taylor Greene calls for national divorce from the East and West coasts and taxes on Californians and New Yorkers moving to different parts of the country. She didn't exactly say that. She said, all possible in a national divorce scenario. After Democrat voters and big donors ruin a state like California, you would think it wise to stop them from doing it to another great state like Florida. Brainwashed people that move from CA to NY really need a cooling off period. Now, I bring this up not to get into the nitty gritty about Civil War, national divorce, but I want to highlight, and I will also stress, she didn't call for it. She said it was possible.
Totally absurd headline.
The reason I wanted to highlight this is that the idea of national divorce has become more and more prominent. And I got to be honest, one of the big factors driving why I think that may be the case, it's not taxes. It's not even necessarily Democrat.
We don't know what else to do.
Well, it's the Epstein case. It's people literally watching Hillary Clinton destroy public records and get away with it. It's people knowing definitively what was going on with that island and with Maxwell, and then it all getting cover up just after Christmas.
And Russiagate.
People are going
everything.
and Russiagate.
What
Exactly.
are you
That's
supposed
my
to
point.
not respond to Russiagate? I mean, this is what drives me nuts. Are you supposed to not respond? We're supposed to sit here and just accept the fact that like the entire national security apparatus of the United States, including the entire media, the entire mainstream media, everything. I mean, everything, every institution that we have was working against us and was working against our president. I say this as somebody who was working in the Trump administration, but it wasn't just me. We were there for everybody else. Okay. Like that was the whole point. It was the hope of America. It was the last hope of normal Americans. Okay. And what we're supposed to just, what are we supposed to do? That's the thing.
We on this show, we try to do, good segues, you know what I mean? So we want to talk about Don't Look Up and the politics, and then you worked in Hollywood and all that. And I'm sitting here thinking like, we have these different pathways, but when we started talking about effectively the cover up with what's going on with the Maxwell trial, she's guilty. Haha. It's all over. Everybody go home. Records are sealed. And we're like, what about Bill Gates? What about, Luke's got a list
Les
of names.
Wexler, John Luke Bernay, Kevin Spacey, Bill Clinton.
The most obvious one of them all. Like that's the thing is you can get caught up in all of the more detailed ones, but you've got one that actually like you could go nuts on. Bill Clinton.
And look, the left likes to just yell Donald Trump. Because Trump,
right,
I guess there's more records that came out. I don't care. I don't care. You want to defend Trump? By all means, defend Trump. I just want I want to know what happened. I don't care I don't care who's involved. I'm not defending anybody. If someone's involved, put out their files, prove it. But when I hear this, and you were saying you believed in these institutions, it made me think of the story that we were going to get into with the national divorce thing, because I'm like, at a certain point, if you have no faith in the FBI, if you have no faith in the CIA, if you think they're actively working against you and protecting some of the most despicable and evil people, I gotta say, Marjorie Taylor Greene in Congress saying a national divorce scenario is possible, I'm like, yeah.
No, it's
not
one of
for
the
those reasons, for the other reasons.
It's one of the most mild things you could say. I'm sorry, but if you're supposed to believe we live in it, that's why I keep going back to it. We do not live in the country we thought we did. And I can do nothing but say that, okay? I don't have the solution to that, but I say it over and over again, and people are like, yeah, okay, we don't live in the... I'm like, no. You guys got to grapple with what that means. That means the FBI, the CIA, all the institutions, everything. It's all gone. It's all the opposite of what it was supposed to be. You might as well be already living in like a conquered... sometimes it makes people feel easier to think about it if you think about a foreign country, right? Okay, we've been taken over by China. Fine. Imagine we've already been taken over by China. That actually is like totally different, completely different concept.
We got a story about that, and it's probably true.
Okay, go ahead.
No. We'll get into it later, but Mike Pompeo said we've been infiltrated at every level. So carry on with your point.